Hi, they're going to change my computer over. My name's Dusty. Hopefully, I'm going to talk to you about green roofs and hopefully make reference to as many as the previous speakers, because I was a bit worried when I'm in the built environment, because really I'm just a nature conservationist and I get to talk with people who do buildings, yeah? And actually, I'm really excited because what David and Joel has just said is, in terms of all my philosophies, are exactly identical in terms of my approach to things. And I was going to say that in the middle of the talk, but I thought it was a good sort of pack in while I'm waiting for these things to happen here. Because, hey, we nearly cool? Yeah. I was a circus performer and I was an actor, and I'm now a green roof guy. I hope this works. Would you trust me with your roof? That is actually me in 1987. I modelled as a punk. And it's really interesting being a punk for a day because nobody wants to be near you. I've actually been called a green roof guru now. It's interesting. And I'm actually a president. It says in your thing I'm a president. I'm a president. I think it's really funny. And also, David, I hope you don't mind me doing this one, David. I'm the only green roof person to ever feature in an Italian's women's magazine as a nature conservation in disguise as an architect. Yeah, because pinstripe suit, yeah. And to go what David said, because I'll just do it now, is I think what he said was very, very interesting. In the construction industry, there is a feudalism. There's an imperial feudalism, architect, contractor, da-da-da. I design green roofs, and my green roofs are normally crap by the time that hierarchy has happened. And I just want to make reference to Pamela, because I think what Pamela said very, very interestingly is I have a problem with GM. I have a problem with the imperialism of corporations. I don't have a problem with what Pamela does, because that is helping the world, if I can make reference to that. But I'm a sad bird watcher. This is how I got involved in this. And I got involved because of this bird. And back in about the middle of the 90s, I campaigned to put this bird's habitat up on roofs. And this bird's roof's habitat is not a garden. It's a bit like probably Iowa was before the ancestors came, you know? It was probably prairie. It's not garden. And this is urban decay. It's some urban decay just outside here. And I wanted to put that up there because my bird likes that. And note danger, because this bird was a danger for nearly every single developer for 5 years. Because this bird is protected and I could close down building sites. But I'm a pragmatist as well. We just put the habitat up on the roofs. And while we're talking about this, unfortunately, the United States of America is the only one of the few people who hasn't signed up to the UN's Decade of Biodiversity. Please make your country sign up to it, because it's the Decade of Biodiversity. But I'm interested in birds, but I'm also now really interested in invertebrates and bees. What interests me is the commoditization of biodiversity. Everybody's interested in the honeybee. And certainly in the United Kingdom, the honeybee is only responsible for 20% of our pollination. 70% of our pollination is done by non-honeybees. And I want to put habitat up for non-honeybees. And I have everybody in London going, great, I've done something for nature because I put a hive up. I put a hive up. That's anthropomorphic. That's not nature conservation. That's me getting honey. Anyway, Dave might like this. I don't know, you probably don't know Dan Dare. The trouble is, what I do is I deal within the built environment where the masters of the universe, the architects and the developers, you know, we are Dan Dare. Everything's steel and slinky and sexy, yeah? And this is Dubai. Is it designed for my bee? I don't think so. And this is actually an Anglo-Saxon Victorian principle. Cities are for people. Stop nature. Every single architectural journal in the world has an infestation clause. Don't let nature in. And I want to infest the city with nature. This is London. This is part of London. It's Victoria. That's how much green space is in Victoria at this present moment in time. And it's actually about the same time as Paris was built, Victoria. I've just audited neighborhoods for roofs and green space, right? Because we need to retrofit in our cities. And sorry, I'll come to that in a minute. That's how that was designed. That is designed to degrade the landscape. If you look at all that, yeah? And, sorry, this is LEED, yeah? It's compliant. A victory for nature? Can you see any plants there? Yeah, man, it's all energy and carbon dioxide, yeah. And what we do when we're compliant, we cause a problem. We make our cities hot, dry, impermeable. They're polluted, but they're compliant. There's lots of people who made compliancy really good, yeah. This is Atlanta. It's really hot in Atlanta in the middle of the day. Just in case you're all on our side, but check your knickers if you've got any denier friends. UK, and somebody's already said that, Pamela said this is down in Bangladesh, yeah, increased summer temperatures, same for Seattle, and more intense flash floods. Our cities have got a problem, yeah? And my city, yeah, June 09, I was in Washington, D.C., we had a health alert, 2, sick, vulnerable, stay home, yeah? 1 week later, 3 intense rainstorms and the whole of the city flooded. That's climate change, yeah? It's happening, yeah? And the reason that is a problem, we have very little soil and plants and vegetation in our cities. And that is one of our problems that all of our cities have in the Western world, yeah? And I can't plant trees in my city, in the city of London. There's too much stuff down in the street. So the only place we're going to do it is on roof level. And that's accepted. That's not being a green lovey. That's real, yeah? Okay? And if we do that, that's restorative behavior. That is restorative. Okay? And that's Victoria again, yeah? That is all the roofs that could be greened. That's a transformation of a neighborhood. And I've just done 17 other neighborhoods in London as well, audited them. And to me, it's not anything else but services, ecosystem services. And I'm sorry for you engineers. I have this joke. I have a T-shirt. It says, who took the ecology out of ecology? Engineers, yeah? Because solar panels are not ecological. They're just things that make energy, yeah? Seattle. I use this in every single one of my presentations, every single one of my training events. This is your Seattle cool green city. And I use that, and it's been an inspiration for me. And you better clap Seattle now, by the way, yeah? Yeah. That's natural. I'm not a hair shirt. We can't go back to that. But this is what we do now. This is compliance. What I want to see is that. That's restorative, yeah? Okay, why? Look at this. This is a thermal image of a green roof in Singapore. Look, the vegetation soil, blue-green. Evapotranspiration, cool the city down. Cool, funky, yeah? This is Chicago City Hall. They're saving greenbacks because they reduced their air conditioning on top of their building, yeah? That stuff. That's really easy. It's what you said, commodity. Yeah, that's commodity air conditioning, yeah? Do you know air conditioning produces about 3 liters of water a day that goes down the tube? David will know that, and I bet he wants to use that water, yeah? Okay. Hey, solar panels, Dusty. Can't have green roofs, got to have PV, yeah? Work better on a green roof. And you can also do a bit of art. There's a bit of art there. Oh, sorry, it doesn't have one of those things. This is Potsdamer Platz in Berlin. All the water from that green roof goes to toilet flush. That water's dirty, it's black, it's a garden, yeah? That goes down to a lake on a car park to be cleaned, to be used in toilet flush and irrigation. Clever closed-loop thinking, yeah? Okay? And this is the highest green roof in the United Kingdom, and this shows how anthropomorphic we are, yeah? When I put this up for bugs, it's not a garden, it's for bugs, yeah? They said to me, how are the bees going to get there, Dusty? That's what they said to me. How are the bees going to get there? Once we get into a city, we kind of go, need a lift, the bees. Take the bees in the lift, up the lift. Yeah, okay. They bloody fly, yeah. And there they are, yeah, okay. And when I put this green roof up, yeah, this is the highest green roof in the world. It's not a garden. Because what happens, if you know anything about green roofs, I'm sorry, the gentleman from Chicago, I'm not criticizing you. People say, I got a sedum roof. That's commoditization. That is horticultural commoditization. All my roofs are designed for nature. They're not designed for a company that can just easily install a commodity. They're designed as landscapes. And so if you can design a landscape on your roofs for Seattle's nature, that would be fantastic, that would be. And by the way, this is the head of Barclays marketing. He always stands like this, because when he got in the paper, he had to sort of cut out the HSBC logo, yeah? So every time he's going like this, he's going, fantastic green roof. Can you see HSBC's logo? Sort of advertising. I get to work with beautiful researchers. This is my friend, Dr. Kadash. We've done 10 years of monitoring bugs on roofs. 10 years. Nobody's ever done that, even at ground level, yeah? And so we've written guidance. And you'll find people, someone said to me the other day, oh, well, there's no evidence, yeah? Well, in the UK, it's very, very important because we're a very, very ancient landscape, which we have mullered. And our rare bugs are really rare now, and green roofs are being shown to actually put themselves on roofs. That's good habitat creation. And we don't like the construction industry, which likes everything flat. We like little mounds. That's really hard when you talk to a contractor. Mounds? And then when you say to a contractor, I want logs, he goes, where do I buy logs from? It's not in the catalogue from the building merchants. Yeah. Oh, have you talked to your local gardens department? Talk to a gardens department? Too complicated. And so we create these landscapes. These are mosaic landscapes. Here's one on top of our head of our metro system. It's a meadow. It's a prairie meadow, a UK kind of prairie meadow. It's not a commodity. It needs designing. It needs specifying specifically. It's not you get the manual from the green roofing company. Oh, great, tick the box, green roof. Yeah. Hey, man, they're all sedums from Siberia, but who cares? Who cares? Gardening, gardening. I don't garden, I make nature. And I want to put ponds on roofs too. And this is a natural ephemeral pond on a roof in Switzerland. That is fantastic. We can create things that aren't sedums. This is a roof I went to 2 years ago. It's the third one. It's one of the 7 wonders of the green roof world. It's on a building, a hospital. It's 20 years old. It's now a national park because it's one of the largest populations of blue-winged orchids of anywhere in the whole of Switzerland. Now, I cannot specify that, and it will happen tomorrow. I can specify it and say in 20 years' time, it might happen. But you know what? We have an imperialism of design. And I like what David said. Let's start with the FM people. Let's start with the people like me who want something to be somewhere in 20 years, and not these people who tell us, this is how we design it because, ooh, yeah, we're funky, we're funky. Let's make function over form. And my function is nature conservation, not gardening. And I wasn't going to say that, David, but you so inspired me by that 3 statements, yeah? Okay? And our cities are green and blue. You're doing fantastic things in Seattle with your rain gardens. I messed up yesterday, didn't get to see them. I want to take things to ground level. I've got about 4 minutes. Chungi Jiao, Seoul, Vanity Project. 4-lane highway over a polluted sewer which was covered up after the Korean War, yeah? Okay? Let's rip it out. Yeah, let's rip it out and bring the river back into the heart of Seoul. I went there. It's bloody hot, it's bloody noisy, and it's polluted. And do you know what the best place downtown Seoul is at lunchtime? In the river. It's cool, you can hear the water, and, you know, that's just fantastic, you know? That is fantastic. And if you did a thermal image of Seoul, that would be the bluest part of the city at lunchtime, yeah? We can do all this bling. You know, that's high input, that's high water, high maintenance. You know, this is architectural bling, you know? Let's input lots, yeah? Let's use loads of water, yeah? Okay, yeah. By the way, we're running an integrated habitats competition. It's an international thing which is going to go to COPT. You might know what COPT is, but it's the International Conference on Biodiversity in Pakistan. We want international entries. There's lots of good stuff going in the Northwest. Put one in. I have a congress in London. And by the way, I'm here for 2 weeks because I'm luckily going off to DC, to Alexandria, to the American Horticultural Society, because I've won an award for this little book. I need social network therapy. I Twitter, G+, and Facebook too much, so if you do want to find me, you'll regret it if you sign up because you'll get bombarded. It's called blanket bombing. And my name's Dusty Gedge. Thank you very much.